high-level Democrats have begun talking about replacing her on the ticket were she to be incapacitated or were her to drop or be unable to move forward. The Democratic National Committee chooses in one meeting her replacement. And I'm
told those meetings are ongoing. That's now admitted. So who do you think they may pick? I mean, I was hearing from you this morning about a certain woman.
Yes, I think that that they would go to. Well, I don't think. My source, who's a very high level and prominent Democrat, tells me that they would go to Michelle Obama.
Yeah, and you know, and as I've said, I have actually seen mainstream media talking heads. I've listened to them and watched them discuss the possibility that she may be gearing up to run for president.
Well, and that's another scary aspect, and that would give her husband another 8 years in the White House, right, using her as a proxy president.
Right.
But listen to this now. Ed Klein, who is a Clinton insider, he suggested this week on Fox News that the whole Hillary email gate scandal, that was all leaked by none other than President Obama. Who ordered it to be leaked by Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett actually said today, in fact, that she will be in the White House until they shut the lights off.
Let's say, God forbid, there's another medical episode caught on camera between now and election.
That could be devastating.
Well, surely, and the Democrats would then scramble, find a number two person. At this stage, it's not Tim Kaine, is it?
Bill has gone to his old legal advisor and said, you know, there's talk about dumping my wife. Can you put together a legal team that, if that happens, they can block the effort to dump Hillary? So there's already, on Bill's side, an effort to try to stop that.
You can't dump her because I'll sue you.
That's right.
Oh, man, oh, man.
I've treated many patients with brain anomalies throughout my career. These include benign and malignant tumors, hemorrhagic and ischemic strokes, neurodegenerative conditions, and autoimmune diseases. I can tell you that Hillary is showing decline consistent with a progressive disease like vascular dementia. I believe so few doctors are speaking out about this now because they don't want to get involved. Remember that the Clinton campaign just vowed to destroy Breitbart because they dared to publish the truth about Hillary Clinton's health. A lot of doctors are scared that they will be targeted by the Clinton campaign as well for speaking out about the truth.
You can see, and by the way, there are two other things that gravely concerned us. When she hit her head, she had to wear these prism glasses when she came out. That is brain damage, and it's affecting her balance.
Hillary Clinton is sick and likely dying.
Napolitano. Judge, we got some legal things to talk to you about. First of all, and we started this chatter yesterday. Apparently some Democrats are worried about Hillary, whether or not she's up to snuff when it comes to health-wise, could make it across the finish line. And now apparently a former DNC chair by the name of Don Fowler said yesterday, I think there should be a contingency plan developed by 6 o'clock this afternoon. He said that yesterday.
The person who said that was appointed chair of the DNC by her husband.
Bill Clinton.
Right? Yes. So the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, has all of the authority of the Democratic National Convention when the convention is not in session. So the 104 members of the DNC could, this afternoon, if they wanted to, by a simple majority vote, replace her, as they did with Senator Tom Eagleton for medical reasons. In 1972. There might be a political uproar. There'd be a battle between the Bernie Sanders and the Joe Biden people, but legally they can do it.
What about Tim Kaine? So it wouldn't automatically be Tim Kaine?
No, it would not automatically be Tim Kaine.
There's a real head-scratcher going on that's got a lot of people upset, and that's the fact that Michelle Obama may be running for president, which could theoretically have the Obamas in office for 16 straight years. If she wins this time and the next time, it could also explain what's been happening to Hillary Clinton. You think they've been dropping some sabotage bombs. What's your analysis of all of this?
For this exclusive expose into Hillary Clinton's critical and debilitating medical crisis, where right now you will learn the truth. Beyond a shadow of a doubt that Hillary Clinton has Parkinson's disease, you will learn the facts, the symptoms that she is exhibiting from a certified physician who has now gone public with a diagnosis that is being hidden from the public's eye. Joining me now is Dr. Ted Noel. He was trained at Loma Linda University Medical Center, spent 32 years practicing critical care and anesthesia at Florida Hospital, 10 years as the medical director with the Novamed Surgical Center. Welcome to the Next News Network, Dr. Noel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Would you be concerned if your presidential candidate of choice was diagnosed 3.5 years ago with a disease that has a 3 to 5 year life expectancy? This is Hillary Clinton's exact situation based on medical records that were leaked, indicating that Hillary is suffering from a disease called vascular dementia.
In Cincinnati, the mad coughing fit, near vomiting, spitting up, yet the campaign has dismissed it as talking too much. What do you believe the world witnessed on that day?
Well, first of all, that's not the first fit. She's had so many coughing episodes. There's a YouTube video listing them all, and they're all extended. This is almost certainly related to her Parkinson's disease. A swallowing disorder is one of the most common problems in Parkinson's, and it ultimately is the cause of death in more Parkinson's patients than anything else because they get saliva into the lungs, aspirate, and get pneumonia. Imagine if you were to swallow, you get liquid on your vocal cords, you are going to cough, cough, cough. And that's probably what's happening with her. She's just, because she can't swallow properly, she ends up getting saliva on the vocal cords.
Now, on your website, you make the charge that Hillary Clinton has had Parkinson's disease for at least 10 years. You state that she has known about it for all of that time, yet her campaign shows a complete disregard for America in their own pursuit of personal graft. Now, how do you know that she's had, what makes you believe that she's had this for 10 years? And how is she keeping it quiet?
Well, there are a couple of things going on. For example, there's a problem called Parkinson's disease levodopa-induced dyskinesia, which is where you have that big head bobbing episode where, two reporters asked a question, the balloon drop where she goes through that funky posture. And those things are signs of progressive side effects from levodopa, which is really the only drug out there to treat the disease. And they happen in everybody's case after at least 10 years of taking it, and it can occur as quickly as 5 years. But if we backtrack and we look at the probable sequence, the public record suggests that it starts in 2005 with a fall. And then in 2009, she breaks her elbow. Then in 2012, she has the fall where she gets the concussion. If we look at that, we've got 11 years since the first public record event that's reasonably attributed to Parkinson's disease.
Well, if it is, it's a mystery to me and all of her doctors. Rarely, but on more than one occasion over the last many, many years, the same sort of things happened to her when she just got severely dehydrated. And she's worked like a demon, as you know, as Secretary of State and as a senator and in the years since.
Well, listen, an email that we at PNN received this week from Michelle Obama herself had some pretty ominous language in it. She spoke of the next federal election and all of their so-called accomplishments in the last 6 years. And then she begins talking, not as someone who should soon be packing her bag, Carl, but as someone who plans on sticking around.
Is that video we're showing a seizure?
Well,
maybe
it certainly could be.
Watch it right here. Let's just watch it closely here. Watch the reporter back right there. You see the look, and it goes on and on and on. That is, to me, bizarre.
There's certainly some neurologic issue going on depending on when this tape was taken, but 30% of the patients that have some sort of the post-traumatic injuries, they can have cognitive issues, forgetfulness.
Here are the basic facts. She had 2 episodes of what's called deep venous thrombosis. Common problem, blood clots in the leg. She also has hypothyroidism. And she's being treated for hypothyroidism with something called Armour thyroid, which is very unconventional and something that we used to use back in the 60s. And both he and I went, that's weird. And by the way, wow, Armour thyroid sometimes has some weird side effects. Oh, well, okay, so she goes on Coumadin. That's weird because Coumadin really isn't even used anymore. Now we use Eliquis or Xarelto, things like this. Certainly the presidential candidate would get one of the newer anticoagulants. Then she falls, hits her head, and as a complication of that has something called a transverse sinus thrombosis. This is an exceedingly rare clot. I've only seen one of these in my career, which is a clot in the collecting system for the cerebral spinal fluid. And it essentially guarantees that somebody has something wrong with their coagulation system. Well, she's had 2 clots, a transverse sinus thrombosis. What's wrong with her coagulation system? Has that been evaluated? And oh, by the way, Armour thyroid associated rarely with hypercoagulability. So the very medicine the doctors are using may be causing this problem, and they're using an old-fashioned medicine to treat it. what is going on with her health care? It's bizarre. I got to tell you, look, maybe they have reasons, but at a distance, it looks bizarre.
I'm predicting right now she backs out of the debates because she can't go toe-to-toe with Donald J. Trump for 90 minutes without a break.
You won't be retiring, though.
No.
But do you ever glimpse that far down the road?
What, like whether I'm going to be running for president or anything? I heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is my understanding that if she were to be incapacitated, or if she were too ill to continue, or if, God forbid, she should pass away, then the Democratic National Committee would hold a meeting to fill that vacancy. And I don't think it would be Joe Biden. I don't think it would be Tim Kaine. I'm fairly confident she would be replaced by Michelle Obama. Now, that would assuage the feminist wing of the Democratic Party that is salivating over the idea of our first woman president. And therefore, they would be fine with Michelle Obama. So you heard it here first. If Hillary drops from this race or is forced from this race by ill health, the Democrats will nominate Michelle Obama and I presume retain certified white guy Tim Kaine for vice president.